How it feel like being a outstanding citizen of the law, being black during the Black Lives Matter movement? Because it was ugly out here.
It's
You feel like you had to support all your white counterparts. Cause I know deep down somewhere you was feeling like, bro, if you
well,
start doing that bullshit, I'm not supporting what you do.
personally for me, I don't get into politics.
Me neither, my nigga.
I don't, you know what I'm saying, as far as what I do, what I represent, you know what I'm saying, as far as the law enforcement side, and as far as our side, you know what I'm saying? So when that happened, man, it was a whole turnaround in as far as events, you know what I'm saying? As far as the Black Lives Matter movement, as far as the dog, what's that man name who got his knee on his name?
George Floyd.
George Floyd. All that man plays a big part, you know what I'm saying? As far as law enforcement, that been going on for like years and years back. But now it's got to the point where we have social media and we got to capture what's all going on. And now we have a voice, and you know what I'm saying, we're not like our grandparents, we're not, you know what I'm saying, our ancestors, we will, you know what I'm saying, stand up and take a stand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as far as that, man, it changed the whole game. As far as for me, it didn't really affect much for me. I mean, you know what I'm saying, as far as us, you know what I'm saying, I'm with the Black Lives Matter, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't really change much for me, man. It's a trip because wherever I go to, if I have my uniform on, let's say we go to a barber shop, right? Barber shop for us, man, you know what I'm saying, it's the safest place can be. You can talk about anything, don't matter, whatever's whatever. What's in the barber shop stays in the barber shop, right?
Facts.
So if I walk in with my uniform on, you know what I'm saying, my barber been cutting my hair for X amount of years, you know what I'm saying? So I come in, my mask on, I sit there, and they might talk about, you know what I'm saying, police brutality, how law enforcement ain't like what it used to be, they don't trust officers, and this, and that. So I'm just sitting there just like...
Eating that shit.
Just eating it up. Because I know, you know what I'm saying, it ain't my place to say anything. I don't say anything, I don't do nothing, because my barber look at me, I look at him, he be like, yeah. So we just sit there, be quiet, man. And sometimes, man, most of the time they ask me questions about what I think. And I think that's a good thing because a lot of folks think they know stuff, but they don't. A good example is I forgot what incident it was, man. And it was the girl came out with a knife and the officer shot her. And
Some of that, I think she was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I think it
saying?
was Ohio or some shit like that.
yeah, so like if you watching that like real time, you think in your mind as us, and we always gonna do this anyway. If you watching that real time on the TV, you always gonna be like, he should have did this, he should have did that, but you don't know. If I put you in a scenario, you know what I'm saying? If you out in the field, guy come out, you know what I'm saying? He might not have none in his hands. He might have his hands behind his back. You know what I'm saying? You the officer now. And you got people, you know what I'm saying, on their phones recording, seeing what happened. You know what I'm
Still
saying?
clutch, I ain't gonna lie to you.
So
I do that shit anywhere.
So if the guy come at you, you know what I'm saying, with a knife, you know what I'm saying, what you gonna do?
I would have shot him. Like, it
Yeah,
wouldn't
you know what I'm
mean
saying?
much to me.
Because at the end of the day, you protecting yourself and you protecting the citizens, you protecting, you know what I'm saying, whoever made the call, whoever the case may be. As far as social media, as far as the media now,
You gotta
we
eat
all
that
know, but as far as that, we all know the media only portrays what they want you to see.
Yeah.
Because they only gonna capture that moment. They ain't gonna capture what happened before that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always a story. Don't nobody wants the truth. Everybody wants the action. Everybody wants what this officer did. He done shot such and such. They done killed the dog. Whatever. But you don't know what caused it. You don't know the whole story. It's just for that moment. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the downfall as far as law enforcement and the media. You know what I'm saying? But social media and the media always portray negative stuff anyway, so that ain't nothing new. You feel me? So
Take this time to say, would you say something, like in an instance like that, would you say it's clearly in your training to, like, you know what I'm saying, handle it in that matter?
yeah, so pretty much what they train us to do is stop the threat. You know what I'm saying? So when I mean by stop the threat, I mean if something happens, man, and the worst case scenario, we have a chain of command. We have a chain of what's that called? But it's a certain chain of how to deal with a threat. We'll go from officer presence to verbal commands to fists to maybe using a pepper spray. Your last resort gonna be the gun. The gun
Right.
is the last resort for anything. As an officer, bro, you supposed to talk it out. For real, for real. Hey, dog, I know she might have made you mad. I know she might have cheated on you, but is you really gonna waste your life away for her, for another dude to just swoop in? Come on, now let's just
Facts.
think about it. Versus, he might be tripping, and then he might got a knife, and you try to talk him down, and then a person gonna be on their phone and be like, I done shot him, but then it only captured that part where I shot him.
Yeah.
It ain't captured the part where I tried to talk them down, get away, none of that. It just captured the part where I just shot him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain style of training that, you know what I'm saying, that we had to go through and follow through, and it's part of our policies and procedures based on how each situation is handled, depending on what agency that you with. You know what I'm saying? So all I can say on that, man, depending on what department you're working with, every policy and procedures is different, but your last resort is a gun,
All right.
period. So, yeah.
I'd say typically most of them instances I'll be on y'all side. Like in one like that, you know, George Floyd, that shit's unexcusable.
Yeah.
But like,
And like I said, with that, man, no agency is trained to just put your knee on somebody's neck. Ain't no
Yeah.
agency is trained to choke nobody out. No agency in the United States is trained to do that. None.
all right.
If somebody else tell you otherwise, then they're lying.
Gotta be shit.
Yeah.
That's just human decency.